If you're a man who wants to quit drinking for good, this video is for you. Because most men believe they drink because they enjoy alcohol, but that's rarely the reason. More often, drinking is connected to something deeper. Unfinished emotions. In this video, I'm going to show you why unfinished emotions make you drink, and the 3 emotions that quietly drive the urge to escape with alcohol. And if you stick until the end, I'll show you the one emotion that, when you learn to build it in your life, makes the need to drink just start disappearing. So let's get into it. So the first emotion many men struggle with is sadness. Sadness can come from a lot of places. Maybe you're grieving a loss. Maybe someone did you wrong in the past and you never really processed it. Maybe you're just lonely. But a lot of men are taught that sadness is something to suppress. We hear things like, be strong, just move on, don't dwell on it. So instead of feeling sadness, we just bury it. But buried emotions don't disappear. They build pressure. And alcohol often becomes the way that pressure gets released. I can relate to this personally. When I was younger, I did experience bullying, and that stuck with me much longer than I realized. And for a long time, I carried this mindset into adulthood that people were just out to get me. And that did mentally affect the way I saw people and the way I approached relationships. It made it harder to trust others, but through personal development and reflection, I finally realized something. Are there people who are out to get you? Sure, but not everyone is like that. Processing those emotions helped me let go of that weight. Now, different men experience sadness differently. Some carry unresolved family issues, some carry heartbreak, some carry loneliness they've never admitted out loud. Different stories, but the common thread is the same: sadness that was never processed. And when sadness is ignored completely or allowed to spiral endlessly, alcohol often enters as the escape. But sadness isn't the only emotion men struggle with. There is another one that shows up a lot in men's lives. Really quick, if you're getting value, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more men who need this message. Next, I want to talk about disappointment. So disappointment is a little different from sadness. It's often tied to expectations. So when you expected something to happen, maybe a goal, a career outcome, a life milestone, and when reality falls short, disappointment settles in. Many men tie their identity to achievement. So when something doesn't work out the way they imagined, it can hit hard. And I've experienced this myself. One moment in my life where I had to really readjust my expectations was after college. I had believed the narrative that once I graduated, I would automatically land this high-paying job and all my financial problems would disappear. That's what I really thought adulthood was supposed to look like. But real life, at least for me, did not quite work out like that. Instead of things magically falling into place, I had to confront reality, and that meant shifting my focus. From what I couldn't control to what I could control. I could show up to my job, I could manage my expenses, I could save money, and I could keep improving myself. And that shift changed everything. Because disappointment becomes destructive when you stay focused on things outside of your control. And when men stay stuck in that frustration, alcohol becomes the escape. Different men experience disappointment in different ways. Missed career goals, financial stress, relationship outcomes that didn't work out. Different circumstances, but the same emotional pattern. Expectation meets reality. And when that gap isn't processed properly, drinking becomes the relief. But there's one emotion that's even more important than sadness or disappointment. And if you learn how to cultivate it, the need to drink often disappears completely. Now, let's talk about what you came for, the most important emotion to handle to help you quit drinking for good. The real emotional problem many men face isn't sadness, and it isn't disappointment. It is the absence of real joy. When there isn't enough real joy in a man's life, his spirit looks for substitutes. And alcohol becomes one of them. Modern life gives men plenty of stress, plenty of pressure, plenty of distraction, but not many men intentionally build joy into their lives. I do want to clarify something though. Joy is not the same thing as pleasure. Pleasure is quick, often destructive. Joy is something deeper, something constructive. Joy comes from things that are actually good for you. So things like fitness, healthy relationships, pride in your work, constructive hobbies, growth. One of the goals of this channel is to help you access more of that kind of joy by working on your body, your sobriety, and your relationships. Those 3 pillars are where I've personally found the most lasting joy in my life. And the interesting thing is, when those areas improve, something happens. You don't just quit drinking, you stop needing it. Because the joy you're experiencing is stronger than the escape alcohol used to provide. Different men benefit from this in different ways. Some find more clarity, some develop stronger relationships, some build confidence in their health and fitness. Different benefits, but the same foundation. They start building a life that actually feels good to live. So the core message that ties all this together is this. Drinking often isn't about alcohol. It's about unfinished emotions. Sadness that was never processed. Disappointment that was never redirected. And joy that was never intentionally built. When you learn how to handle those 3 emotions, you don't just quit drinking, you stop needing it altogether. That about wraps up this video. I want to thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you and you're realizing that drinking isn't just about alcohol, but about what's going on underneath, then the 5-day Malusog Reset is for you. Because quitting drinking isn't just about removing alcohol. It's about rebuilding the areas of your life that made you reach for it in the first place. If you're a man who wants to quit drinking, clean up your health, and start showing up better in your relationships, then the reset will walk you through that step by step. Over 5 days, we walk through the 3 pillars: your body, your sobriety, and your relationships. If you're tired of feeling stuck in the same cycles, then this reset can help you interrupt the pattern and rebuild momentum. So if that's you, check out the link below and start your Malusog Reset today. Tagalog sign off: ang lakas ng lalaki hindi sa pag-iwas sa emosyon, kundi sa pagharap dito. Which means, a man's strength isn't avoiding emotion, it's facing it. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.